Hello folks and welcome to today's vlog. You may be asking yourself why I appear quite so wrapped up. Our boiler stopped working last night, so it's absolutely freezing cold. The temperature on our thermostat says that it's, hold on, let's see what it actually says right now. So it's currently 12.5 degrees in our house. 12.5 degrees is pretty cold. We have got a heater in here, so this room is relatively warm, but obviously we don't sleep in this room. So I've slept last night in thermals, t-shirt, hoodie, duvet, and was still freezing cold. And of course Andy, no matter how many blankets we put over him, no matter how many times we try and put his pyjamas on, he won't sleep in pyjamas. He won't sleep in anything other than his normal amount of blankets, because he only wants the normal amount of blankets. So he went to sleep very, very cold. We managed to get a couple of blankets on him while he was asleep, and he seems fine this morning. His school's closed again today because of the snow. It is still very thick snow out there. The road between us and his school is closed, so there's no way for us to get there even if it was open. There's no way for them to get to us for the child in need meeting if we were to move it here. So at the moment we're working on the assumption that that's cancelled. We haven't heard from anyone connected to it yet. We've just had the message come out from the school that they're closed, and as that's where the meeting was going to be, we assume that the meeting is now cancelled too, but that we rearranged fairly soon. So now when it's about 7:30, we have a plumber who has promised us he's going to be here for 8 AM. He was supposed to be out at 6:30 last night, but believe it or not, he's been quite busy and just couldn't get to us. So we've had a very, very cold night, but he should be here soon. We think what's happened, based on the error message that we're getting on the boiler, is that the condenser pipe, is that a thing? We think that's probably just frozen. I think it's the pipe that runs out on the roof of the garage. In fact, so this is our boiler, that's our luggage, but this is our boiler, and it's displaying an L2 message, which when I looked that up online, an L2 message means the condenser pipe is blocked and it can't ignite as a safety measure because there's no way for stuff to go. I'll let all of you, I'm not a plumber, I don't know what stuff we're wanting to go somewhere. I assume it's hot water. And then this is the roof of the garage. I think this pipe is the gas, because that goes out to where the gas meter is. But then this second pipe, I think that is the condenser pipe, and as you can see, the foam covering that is on it for part of the pipe isn't on it over here. It's now exposed where I've boiled a kettle of boiling water over it to try and unfreeze it, but I can't get further down. I don't have a ladder and it's still covered with snow. So I think that pipe's frozen. So I'm hoping the plumber has some magical method for unfreezing it. I hope that's all the issue is. If it just needs unfreezing, then the boiler can come back on. We should have heat again within a few hours, and then we might be able to do, you know, stuff like wash up, have a shower, those kind of things. I don't know if it's connected, but our kitchen sink is completely blocked as well. I did the washing up last night with a boiled kettle, and the water is still in the sink. It's completely not moved at all. So I don't know if that pipe is also frozen or what's going on. The toilet still flushes, the bathroom sink still drains, but the boiler and the kitchen sink are write-offs at the moment. Come on, Mr. Plumber, we need you now. Right, the plumber came, he was here for about 1.5 minutes, and we are fixed-ish. We have a temporary solution. Please don't take this as plumbing advice. Do not fiddle with your own boilers, etc, etc. Just no matter what kind of clickbait Future Kev has used on this video, I'm not a plumber, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna call that white thing a tubey thing. The man called it a pipe. You get the idea. I don't know what I'm doing. Don't do this, but I'll show you what he's done. This white tubey thing is where the condensed water comes out, and all he's done is pulled it out of the little black hole up there and put a bucket there for it to drip into. The boiler came on again straight away. Basically the problem was, because the pipe out on the garage roof is frozen, when the water boils in there and steam comes off, the steam then condenses, goes out that pipe. But there's nowhere for the condensed steam, water you could call it, there's nowhere for that water to go. It's getting backed up in the boiler, so the boiler just turns itself off as a safety measure. So by unhooking the tubey thing and having the water drip out into that bucket, it gives the water somewhere to go. We just need to keep an eye on the bucket, empty it every few hours, make sure it doesn't overflow, and we should be fine. We are lucky. He was telling me about one poor little old lady who we went out to see yesterday, who's just around the corner, who, when her boiler was fitted, it was fitted so close to the floor that you can't fit a bucket under it, and it got so frozen that the inside of the boiler is all frozen up. So there's no way to unfreeze it, and he's literally had to tell this poor old lady there's nothing he can do aside from completely refitting her plumbing until it's thawed out. So she's just got to wait for the weather to improve. So at least we didn't have that.
Where does she live? Radiator?
Well, I guess I didn't ask. I'm not a nice person, but I'm going to assume that she's got some kind of oil-filled radiator situation like what we've had set up. My dad brought a radiator around this morning that we now don't need. But at least the boiler's now working, which means sometime soon I can have a shower so I don't have Kev morning hair, which I've had hidden under this hood all morning, and the heating should be kicking in again any time now. What are you showing me?
That's what we've got on our roof, and that's where the water steam comes out.
There we have water dripping out into the bucket. That happens every 2 or 3 minutes. It just drips down into that bucket down there. And now we'll continue with the rest of the normally scheduled vlog. Well, I'm back out on the same field that I was on yesterday. This was the field that was absolutely covered in people on sledges and having snowball fights. I think the novelty's massively worn off for all the local kids already. The schools are all closed again. They've also announced they're going to be closed tomorrow. There's going to be snow sporadically until at least Saturday. But I think everybody's just about fed up with it. There's a few kids messing around behind me there. There's a gang on a corner over here who are just having a massive snowball fight. A really violent looking snowball fight, but it's certainly not got the same fun, feel-good vibe that we had out and about on this field yesterday. As cold as I feel, having been out walking around in this for an hour or so, still don't feel as cold as I did first thing this morning when I woke up with 3 layers on under the duvet in a freezing cold house. Oh, it was horrible. Ugh. Central heating is my new favourite. Do you want to go out in the snow?
No, no.
Do you want to build a snowman?
No, no. And I forgot, we'll enjoy that, please, and make a nice big bubble.
I'm trying to get him outside, he just doesn't want to. He hates the snow.
I got him to touch it earlier.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. I got some.
What, did you get him out? Oh, you brought some in. So Anna brought some into the house for him to touch earlier, but he won't go out there. This will be him until the snow is gone, which...
Well, he does want to go to your dad's.
What, even if it's snowing and he has to get through the snow to get there? So that means he might leave the house on Sunday. It's Thursday lunchtime at the moment. I find it pretty alarming walking out of the studio and having basically traps in my way. Do you reckon they could pierce my skull? Don't think I want to risk it. It seems to be snowing again. This snow is mad, it's properly blizzarding again. Your hair's already starting to get like mine was yesterday.
Are you ready, guys?
I might just lock you out there for 20 minutes, just give you the grey hair treatment. Dave, you're not very good at this game. Oh God, don't do that, you will kill yourself. That is one solid piece of icy snow on there. You are going to be so hurt. I need to zoom in on this so that I can send it to You've Been Framed for my £250. Is that still a thing?
I don't know. Oh, you've got YouTube now.
Yeah, and now I've got a thumbnail for tomorrow.
Ooh, that's slippery.
Yes, it's a solid piece of frozen snow. Oh God.
Yeah, it's really wet through that.
I mean, presumably you realise this isn't going to end well, right? I don't know what's got into her. Someone asked why I don't get the drone out in this weather. I have been trying to get the drone out. I think it's now officially broken. It's giving me a compass error every time I try and turn it on. Every day of the snow I've tried to get the drone out. It's just not having any of it. So if anyone wants to buy my drone for the £450 I paid for it, for a fix-up job, and then I can convince Anna that I should spend £700 on a new drone. I need to go back in the house because I'm not wearing a coat. Can you get off that while I'm out here? Because if you fall, I'll be really annoyed if I didn't film it. leave the snow parrot alone, Dave. Right, let's see if she falls. It's going to be quite disappointing if you don't fall now. She's no fun. Are you throwing stuff at the window now?
It's that wobbly thing.
It's had a massive thud from the other room.
It's because this is wobbly on a wobble ball.
I see. Oh, I thought that was coming from me. Right, I need to grab my diary and I need to book a train. I'll be back in a few minutes. They terrify me, as do all of these. These still terrify me. I do not want to be impaled by those. And yeah, you heard me right. I'm booking a train because it's now March, which means expo season starts this month. It's an April one I'm booking now, but this month, we talked about this a few weeks ago. If I just flick through my diary for March to see what we've got coming up in March, we've got the Dinosaurs Natural History Museum thing coming up. In fact, we need to book trains for that fairly soon. Birmingham Comic Con. We've got Insomnia right at the end of the month. But the thing I'm booking train tickets for now is EGX Resd. I've just got my press pass through this afternoon. I'm going to be going on my own. Nobody wants to come. Anna doesn't want to come with me. Neither of the other MGP guys want to come with me. So I'm going to be going to a convention on my own for the first time. See how we get on, I guess. I'm going to book a train ticket now. I mean, the cheapest way to do it is I'm leaving Peterborough at 9 and then leaving London at 7:30 at night. So if it's going to force me to spend a lot of time at the convention because with no one to hang out with and nowhere else to be really, I'm going to have to spend, I think the convention's open 10 till 6. I have to be there all day. I'm going to force myself to spend all day at Resd, which I've never done before, but I'm going to book these tickets now. Anyone else who's going to EGX Resd, I'm going to be there on the Friday, just the Friday, and it would be cool to meet some of you. Let me book this train. Oh, I love this time of year. After I booked those tickets, apparently I can't hold a camera straight. After I booked those tickets, I also booked my train tickets for London Comic Con in May and 2 nights in a London hotel for Comic Con weekend. Much cheaper than Airbnb this time, presumably because it's bank holiday weekend. So we have a hotel. All getting very, very excited now. My diary is starting to fill up for the year and I like it. What I like less is the fact that I'm now out here in the freezing cold. I'm about to do a live stream on Twitch, which is all good. I don't mind any of that. I've got to do it wearing this dress. I'm not going to wear the dress on the vlog. If you want to see me wearing the dress, you'll have to go and watch the Twitch replay. It's the Thursday night, whenever it was. It'll be on there for months. I'm probably not going to do the whole stream because it's freezing out here even with the heating on. But I will wear it to start the stream. And I'm absolutely not looking forward to it. Not even because it will look stupid, but because it's a dress. I'm going to be freezing cold. But what you gonna do? If you have enjoyed today's vlog, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for more daily vlogs. And thank you very much for watching.